Hey, it's Lars Hauwert here, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to share a very powerful mental model to help you solve problems and to help you scale your e-commerce store. So, if you don't know who I am yet, I'm Lars. I've built my own e-com store, Nancy Home Store, to around $9 million. Now I'm helping other e-com store owners to do the same thing. So, let's dive right into it. So let's be honest, most e-commerce store owners are focused on growth, right? Which sounds like the right thing. Like, how do I get more sales? How do I optimize my ads? How do I scale faster? And the problem with this is that you're assuming that what you're doing right now is already correct, which is generally a flawed assumption because you don't know if what you're doing right now is actually the correct thing, right? So to solve a problem quicker, instead of asking yourself, how do I scale this brand? How do I grow further? You should ask yourself, how am I guaranteed to never grow? You essentially flip the question completely on its head, which is called inversion, which is a very powerful mental model, which allows you to view the problem from an upside down perspective, if that makes sense. Because most people approach business in a way of what should I add here? More apps, more copywriting, better ads, better creatives, more pages, more content on my website. But it's not always about adding. Sometimes it's also about removing stuff. So this technique of inversion helps you to identify a problem in this way. So it helps you to identify bottlenecks, weaknesses, friction that's somewhere in your company. It really helps you to have a different perspective on the problem that you're facing at the moment that is causing you this pain that you're having right now. So let's apply this in a practical manner to e-commerce. So let's take, for example, a product page. So instead of asking, how do I improve my conversion rate on this product page? You can ask yourself, if I wanted to have 0 conversions guaranteed, what would I do here? And then, for example, you would make the page load very slowly. You would have a very generic description without any benefits tied to the features of your product. You would show very low quality stock images with no lifestyle background, nothing like that. There will be an unclear call to action, no reviews, no social proof. Make the checkout very annoying, very long, not clear at all. I think you get the point. This will basically make you aware of all the things that you should not be doing to reach your goal of increasing the conversion rate of your product page. And once you've made this list, you've really given this some good time and thought this through, and you should have come up with a list of like 50 or 100 different points. You can take a few hours to complete that list. Then there are guaranteed going to be things in that list that you do have on your product page right now, which means that you should eliminate those things, of course, to increase your conversion rate. So, and then once you've identified which points in that list you're still having on your website, for example, your page load is very long, your page just loads slowly, then eliminate that and make your pages fast, obviously. So let's apply the same thing to ads now. So let's say you ask yourself, how do I get a lower CPA, a lower cost per acquisition? Then instead of asking that, you can say, how am I guaranteed to throw away all my ad budget? So then things would come to mind like launching ads without an offer in it, having a very generic headline that's not containing anything that people want to click on, having a very generic and not a good ad creative, target too broadly, target too narrowly, having wrong messaging, not leading to the correct page on your website. And then, of course, you invert those answers to the correct thing. So have a headline with an amazing offer, have the most amazing creatives for your Facebook ads, standing out from the rest. That's another point of how am I guaranteed to grow, to throw ad budget away, is by using the same ad creative as everyone else. So invert that to be, I'm going to make creatives myself that nobody else is using and that will convert people. So quick exercise for you today. So pick the thing that's the most painful for you at the moment, which is really the bottleneck in your business. So let's say your product page is only converting 0.2% and you want to get that to 0.6%. Then use this inversion technique to identify all the things that are guaranteed to not make your product page convert well. And sit down, do this for a couple hours. I promise you that this will be worth it. You've probably never done this before, so take a good portion of time out of your day to do this. And then once you've compiled a whole list of dozens of different points, then go ahead and implement all the opposites of the points that you've written down, right? And you will see very good results with this. I use this all the time. It's an amazingly powerful technique. So in short, instead of asking yourself, how do I grow this business, which is very logical, everyone who runs a business is asking themselves that question, but at times invert that question. So instead of saying, how do I grow this business? Say, how do I guarantee to not grow this business? How do I completely fail with this business? Write down all the points and apply the opposite of that. So I hope that all made sense. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I read all the comments myself. And there's also a link in the description talking a little bit about how we do what we do for our clients. I don't really mind if you click it or not, honestly. I just hope you got a ton of value out of this video. So thank you so much for your attention, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.